Hi, it's Bernie, your travel and event guy. 2022 is winding down, but we still have several great events that I want to show you. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what we have in store for you for 2023.
It was a night, oh what a night, it really was such a night. Oh, the moon was bright, oh how bright it really was such a night. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Ha! It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me.
Ken Block, one of the most versatile comic impressionists on the scene today.
This is Roy Orbison for Oscar Mayer Cold Cuts. Only baloney. Here's Joe Cocker for Delta Airlines. Give me a ticket for Delta Airplane. Lose my luggage, I'm gonna take a fast trip. Here's the Bee Gees. Staying alive, staying alive. I'm in love. I can't get up.
Experience it for yourself. Ken Block.
The bus just got here and we are ready to take you on another fabulous trip.
The Riverside Food Lab only opened a few months ago, but since it's been open, it's become a popular spot for locals and tourists with lots of great food options and a super cool vibe.
When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. Oh, baby. I ask you say what can make me feel this way, since my girl, I'm talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees in the name.
The Rolling Stones performing at your event. They look like the Stones. They sound like the Stones. They swagger like the Stones. But they're Jumping Jack Flash.
I said, I know it's only rock and roll, but yeah, you got fat shoes, jumping jack flashes and gas.
Four guys from Jersey. They traveled the world and came back with a whole new set of songs. They've got Broadway hits. They've got classic songs.
In other words,
From Frank Sinatra
be true.
to Frankie Valli to Figaro. Forget about it. The Jersey Tenors.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Club Travel Show. I'm Dorothy Pacella, and I'm your host for today's show. Well, it's October. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we are ready to go on our next bus trip. Believe it or not, everybody's on the bus right away. They were here at 8 o'clock when we said we board at 9:15. Imagine such enthusiasm. We love them. So we've got a great day planned, and Hoppy's going to give it you more detail, but we're off to Claremont, the city of Claremont. Now, some of you probably may not know where that is, but it's up near San Bernardino, and it's a phenomenal town, and we're going to tell you about all the good things. We're excited that you're here. Not only do we hope you enjoy the show, but we hope you enjoy our shows at Clubhouse 5 every month with the Chicago Club. So check out our website on this program, and you'll be able to see the details of how to join and when to come to our shows, because we have a blast sharing entertainment with you, whether we're entertaining you on the bus or whether we're entertaining you in Clubhouse 5 or even sometimes in the Performing Arts Center in Clubhouse 3. So hold on, let's see what Hoffy has to tell us about today's tour.
So today's tour, we're not going to Los Angeles. We often go to LA. We're going to the beautiful city of Claremont. Claremont was voted the best suburb in the West by Sunset Magazine. I think it's the most beautiful college town in maybe California. And we're going to do a walking tour of Scripps College. But we're going to start out with something different. We're going to one of the largest Hindu temples on the West Coast. We're going to the BAPS Mandir. Mandir means temple in the Hindu language, and we're going to have a tour of this amazing building, and we're going to have a vegetarian lunch. From there, we're going to go to the Claremont Village, and we're going to have a walking tour, and then we're to top it off, we're going to go to the American Museum of Ceramic Art in Pomona, and they're having an exhibit on the most famous female ceramicist artists in the nation, and they're opening up the museum just for us. So we're going to divide up in three. And also, I know that ceramics is kind of big in the village, isn't it? So we're going to go into the studio where they have classes. So this is a really pretty fantastic tour. So I'm pretty thrilled about it.
Okay, I think we're ready. Everybody's on the bus. Let's go.
BAP, which is your philosophy, where the philosophy started a small town, BAPS. So that's why I call it BAPS. It's nothing to do with the temple name or anything. But BAPS is organizations all over the world. But again, B stands for the small town, which is probably you know and remember. There where our association, our philosophy started, which is around 150 years ago. Yes.
How many people live here and how many people are needed to take care of the homeless?
On this inland empire, we have around 5 to 10,000 people. Indian, not in this building, but around surrounding area. So every Sunday we have services too, just like if you go to church every Sunday. We every Sunday prayer and everything together, which is last 2 hours or something. So at that time we have around 1,000 people there.
Oh.
And every day, a lot of people comes at different timing of the prayer time. What was the other question?
How many people does it take to take care of the folks?
Well, the whole complex is being taken care of by the volunteer basis. Like me, I come, spend 5 hours, other people come, and everything they come to this volunteer work. We have staff, but not like 1,000 or 500 or 100, maybe 5 or 10 people staff, which is take care of the other stuff. But most of the people are all volunteer workplace. Everything is. Even the woman comes, some ladies people comes, they clean the whole temple, sweep the floor, wipe the floor, mop the floor. There's all volunteers. All the volunteers. So we have a lot of people, a lot of volunteers come here.
Somebody asked me if non-Hindus are welcome here.
Definitely, there is no restriction. Anybody can come, anybody can pray, anybody can attend anything you want. Only thing, as long as you follow certain rules and regulations, no restriction. No restriction, yes.
There was a lady over there in a beautiful dress.
Yeah, she was getting married. So, in other words, we also provide this facility if somebody wants to get married. We also give them a certain area of this facility where they can get married. They can have their way of wedding ceremony or anything if they want to. So we have that facility too.
You have 3 denominations. Does the service cover all 3, or are there different services for each denomination?
We have different denominations for different things. We have one thing, first thing in the morning is 7 o'clock, which is our prayer time, which is the usually when just I'm explaining to that we treat our Lord just like a human being. Means when we get up in the morning, take a shower, put a new dress. When you go up there, you will see he has a nice dress there. In the afternoon, when we have lunch, we also have the lunch, which is maybe around, another half an hour. There will be another 11:15. In the evening, we also go to bed. So we give them just like, pajama and something. So what I'm trying to say is that we have different timing, a different prayer, at a different meaning. Okay? So when you go, today will be 11:15, there will be a prayer too. If you like to attend, you're most welcome. But that's where our lunch time is there. Yes.
You have main prayers on Sunday. Is that considered a Sabbath holy day, or is it every day?
No, every Sunday is just like church. When you go to Sunday, every Sunday is just like that, prayer.
So it's considered a day of rest or Sabbath or anything?
Yeah, probably everybody Sundays, everybody's a day off, so everybody can come and visit.
It's just because it's a day off.
Yeah.
If the day off was Thursday, it would be...
Exactly right. Weekdays, probably everybody's working, business, probably doesn't have a time. On Sunday, everything is, they have a day off, so they can come, pray. So our priest come and give the lectures and then devotional songs and everything, and then after that, we have free dinner for everyone.
So in other words, Sunday is like a unique day for the rest of the week.
It's a socializing, a lot of people come and talk to each other, a lot of people go from far away, and after that, whoever comes attend the assembly, they can have the free dinner too.
We're going to go over to the temple now. We still remove our shoes. Before you go up the stairs, there's a little cubby for your shoes. And then we're going to walk up inside the mandir, and it's beautiful carved marble. We're going to meet back here for lunch at 11:45. The lunch is right on the other side of the gift shop here, so you kind of have some free time. We're going to be in the temple mostly together. Is the museum open on the ground floor? No. Yeah. So after the temple, you guys have free time, but at 11:45, we're going to have our lunch, which I think we've never done here, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. So,
and those who cannot walk, there's elevator too. You can take the elevator too.
Yeah, there's an elevator on the right-hand side. Yes. The red spot on your forehead signifies.
That's the part of the prayer we do every morning. It's a procedure that we follow. The red dot symbolizes the replica of our Lord. And the U-shape, which is that's the lotus feet. That means lotus feet of their Lord.
Okay.
So that means we carry all the time, all day, our Lord with us, which reminds us that, hey, you have a Lord with you, don't do something bad things, you always been protected, those are things. I mean, you have to have a faith, and that's what we have, a faith. That's what we do in the morning, otherwise no meaning.
Okay, well, thank you. Last question.
Are the lectures in English or in Hindi?
Not in English, not Hindi, in another language called the Gujarati.
Yeah.
Sometimes, some section is also in English too. But there was I think every month or maybe every 2 months, there was one Saturday, they keep the lectures in English. I think there was a people here.
They do have a website as well, guys, and you can also pick up a brochure. So, Dave, I'm going to go check with our lunch just to make sure everything is great, and then I'll meet you in the temple. If Dave, you can take a moment to the temple. So, you guys follow Dave.
Cal didn't tell him, because Cal told him. He even gave me his name.
I know that. I just talked to him.
Okay. Okay, so can you give me
I'm the guide too.
Okay.
Just walk around.
Yeah.
This is the visitor center.
Yes.
And that's the main temple to the right. I can show you up there.
Yeah, well, we can go, but we have to take our shoes off.
Right, right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. So, unfortunately, when you talk to Ken,
In case if he comes, I'll let you know.
I even had his name.
Oh, well. Probably he must have forgot to tell him or something.
Yeah, because Cal, talked to Cal 3 times. Is there someone?
I can tell you, and you can tell him and send him a message again. And this is what he screwed up to me.
Yes.
Tell him that. No, I'm not joking there. They should follow.
Agreed.
If I had known that, then I could have followed it easy a couple 2 days ago.
Yes.
I didn't know about anything that he's going to sign on this.
Yeah. Why is Cal? Why was I given? Cal's the guy that usually.
Yeah, he's in New Jersey.
Yeah, but I've been texting him back and forth. So do you want to tell people where everything is, and we're going to have lunch over there all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, lunch will be ready. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay.
if you like to go to the temple, you can go inside the temple up there. It's open right now.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
Well, then in the temple.
Maybe you can get the people around here. I can tell you something about it.
Okay, guys. If we could gather here.
I understand the temple.
I agree.
Yes, bigger than here.
So with the Chicago Club, we gather here. That's the name, yeah.
Oh, I thought they came from Chicago.
No. Yeah.
How did the Chicago Club get its name?
I don't know. Maybe Los Angeles Club.
Yeah.
So we are in the beautiful visitor center. Look at the keep. I mean, it's incredibly hand-carved. You can see the peacocks. See, below the lower level, see the peacocks? The national bird of India. If you look above the peacocks, you can see the elephants. The elephants are a symbol in India of family harmony and strength. And I just think this is incredibly beautiful. I don't know for a fact that this was carved in India, but I suspect that it was. Yeah. So this gentleman will give us our introduction about where everything is.
Okay, I'm not a tour guide person, but I'll tell you something about this building and the temples and so forth. Okay, this is called the visitor center, in our language called the Haveli. That means back in India, many years ago, 1,000 years ago, where the Maharaja, they used to live like a palace called the Haveli, like this one. So it's a replica of just like this one.
What's the word again?
Haveli.
Haveli.
Right.
Okay. I'm working on my Hindi.
If you see the pamphlet, it says Haveli. So this is how the name came up. All the Maharaja, and if you see this balcony, they used to have a balcony back in India too. You open the door, go out there, rock the chair and see the view and everything. So that's how it is. But each and every piece been hand carved back in India. And they brought here and they assembled together. The people who worked, carved there, their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents used to do the same things. For them, it's kind of a piece of cake. If I do what you do, it might take 10 years, just one piece. For them, it's only 6 months for one piece. So how they do it. Each and every piece is interlocked. There is no nail, no steel work, nothing. This is how the Haveli back in India 1,000 years ago has been built. And this piece, the wood called the teak wood, is very expensive. It doesn't happen any kind of a weather, it stays just like that forever. It doesn't go up, no termites, nothing like that. It stays just like that, forever.
When was the Mandir built?
2011. The whole complex was built by 2011. The construction started in 2007. So it took 5 years. Again, same thing in the Mandir temples. Outside is a pink stone. Inside is Italian marble, like this white one, just called Italian marble. Each and every piece again has been carved back in India. It also been carved and brought here and put together. Again, same principle applies there. No steel work, interlock. Every piece is also interlocked. And people, you put all those guys who carve, put together. They're the one who you people go through, otherwise we might screw up everything here. Second thing, the temple is built was the base isolation which is earthquake proof. We have around 40-50 pillars basement of the temple. There is a rubber wall called the heavy duty rubber wall. On top of that there is a slab there. On the slab, the whole temple is built there. So if the earthquake comes, the wall moves around but nothing happens upstairs. It stays just like that. Same because there is no steel work, no cement, no roof. That's why they are doing it's called Japanese technology. That's why they are very expensive. But once you build this kind of a building, might as well take the
they study so hard here. Where are the kids? Where are the students? So if you guys could come a little closer. They're in class right now. We've been there, done that. So can you see why this won an award? Look at the colors. Look at the drought-tolerant landscaping. Look at the indoor-outdoor spaces. Look at the variety of colors. This, to me, is one of the most beautiful examples of modern architecture I've ever seen. I don't know if you agree. And it blends in beautifully. Look at how it blends into the campus. See this line here? That goes all the way through the entire campus. The jury gave this a high award because of the way it blended into the campus. Now the students study in the cube. See the cube? Oh. The cube is a study hall surrounded by black marble. And but I don't see anybody studying for whatever reason. So down the lower courtyard, up on the courtyard. Actually students here. And do you notice how they blended in beautifully with the axis? It goes all the way to the end of campus. This is new, by the way, the red team is new. I haven't been here for a year. And this is all drought-tolerant land. Of this campus, it's meant to be homey and a nice atmosphere. It's not supposed to be formal at all, and there are actual students here. And by the way, if you'll notice, look at the beautiful Art Deco painting of Pegasus right back there. Oh yeah. So Scripps College is famous for its courtyard, and we're going to go see some more books. There's a whole bunch of them down there.
Yeah. And now they charge $25 for wine tasting. A lot of other people are sitting.
There is a, so come on in, guys.
One of the frescoes today was painted on wet cement. A fresco is painted on wet cement. The artist is Alfredo Ramos Martinez, and you can see the style is kind of Art Deco, isn't it? Notice how the figures are very simplified. They're often in profile. He painted these in 1946. Unfortunately, he died the next year and he wasn't able to finish all the panels. He was born in Mexico and became a famous artist, but to make money, he came to the United States to do commissions. And he painted his murals all over the place. For example, you're familiar with the city of Coronado, California? He painted the mural that's inside the library. So here, this is called the flower vendors. Notice how the figures are very stylized. I like to call it agrarian deco. So he became a very famous artist for the rich in Hollywood. Now, why Claremont? Why Scripps College? Because Claremont and Scripps College were a mecca for artists. If you were an artist in Southern California, you wanted to teach here and you wanted to paint here. That's why they came here. That's why he painted here. He also taught. But I don't think you should just regard him as an artist who painted for wealthy people. He also did charcoal drawings talking about how people suffered during the Depression. He actually painted on newspaper. So he wasn't just an elite artist in that sense.
He looks like Diego Rivera.
Yeah, and by the way, he influenced Diego Rivera. He is the fourth great Mexican muralist, but he was less political than Diego Rivera or David Siqueiros. David Siqueiros, those guys were super political. He was more into beauty. But this painting, charcoal on newspaper print, he's trying to tell people that yes, the Depression was great and people were suffering. So he came to Scripps College to teach and to paint. So I think it's stunning. I think it's so beautiful. And I'm sorry.
Is this Scripps that we're in now?
You're in Scripps College. And remember, he started this mural in 1946. He died the next year. That's why these panels are not finished. Oh. That's why this is not finished. Okay. He passed away in 1947. So this is called the flower vendors. And I think this is one of those hidden jewels. These campuses have an incredible amount of world-famous architecture. You could take this to the Museum of Modern Art, it would sell for millions because it's very, very famous. And I'm so glad that we got her during the week because they often have weddings in here. Unfortunately, the wisteria, it's not that they have. Look at the wisteria plant. Look at the size of it. If you come here in the spring, it's hanging down and it's incredibly beautiful. Maybe they're on fall break. I don't know. There was one student here and we chased her out. Because I talked to them and they were at Pittsburgh College. They weren't, so I'll find out. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go in the Margaret Fowler Garden and we're going to look at the large mural and then you're willing to take, you guys are welcome to take photos. So let's go.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Are all these colleges incorporated having the same?
No. They have totally different administration, but if you get into Pittsburgh, you can take a class in any of the other forces. Yeah, but the administrations are totally different. Harvey Mudd is engineering. Claremont McKenna is business. Pomona and Scripps are liberal arts. I don't know what the fourth one is. The fifth one. Yeah. Yeah.
very abstract, isn't it? It's called primitive sculpture. It's entitled Eternal. Now, what date do you think that was? Does that look a little Art Deco way? It's a simplified form. Want to take a guess as to when that was done? 1939. 1939. So that's about all I have to say. I think Ramos Martinez was brilliant. I'm so glad he came to the United States to share his beauty. So take some photos. We'll be here for 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to walk. Ramos Martinez to do the murals, and they're all over the walls. Isn't that wild? Yeah. Well, thank you very much. So look at this. Look at this. The second part of the speech, so same artist, but now he painted on ceramic tile instead. And this was 10 years before he did the mural you just saw. And it's called The Flower Vendors. And if you go into this courtyard, you're going to see the bas-relief of all the Shakespeare plays. And the artist is John Gregory, and he did the Folger Library in Washington, D.C. So check out the Shakespeare, and then we're going to go to the bus through this door. Yes?
How do they keep the light from?
You know, if you notice, both the mural, or the fresco, and this are never get any direct sun. Yes. Oh, okay, thank you for the question. The Getty Foundation restored that one. The Getty restored. Yes. How you doing?
We're coming back in I'm sorry. I retired from both teaching. Oh, that's right. I remember you told that story.
So it's recirculating water, and we're going to drain them in the winter months.
Okay.
So soon, yeah. So they're all recirculating, and we're not filling them up.
Okay.
So they're pretty efficient.
They're pretty efficient.
Yeah.
What about the choice of olive tree, orange tree, oak tree, carob tree? They're all natives, almost.
Almost, yeah. So that predates us. I mean, you know, in the 1920s, there was a huge influx of plant introductions in Southern California. And so that's where the richness of the landscape.
We have 50 of us, by the way. Don't feel intimidated.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where all the plant introductions came.
So did you hear what you said? In the 1920s in Southern California, they introduced plants and trees from kind of all over the world.
Yeah, there was a big moment in the 1920s and 30s and then it's actually happening again right now with lots of cultivars and hybrids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the exchange of...
Now, a cultivar is where you take a plant and mix another plant with it?
You develop it, you hybrid. It's a series of like hybridizing.
Okay, yeah. But I'm holding a carob seed from the carob tree, and as a kid I used to eat these. Carob is artificial chocolate. So you know when you take the seeds out, it's kind of a, do you guys eat it?
No, but it's really awesome that the tree is still fruiting. I mean, the tree is over 120 years old. And
wow. And it's still fruiting.
Yeah.
And are the oranges going to ripen more?
So they just were harvested, and they sort of are always right. Yeah, at least one of the trees.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we have fruit pickers in various offices around campus for the students to go to.
However, you don't have my favorite, the pomegranate tree.
Oh, we do.
Oh.
Pomegranates. Oh yeah, we have a lot of pomegranates.
Oh.
Mostly on the east side of campus.
Okay, next time I come, you guys,
Yeah.
pomegranates. Yeah. Do you have, we have to get to the bus in a second, but do you have a question about the landscaping?
So the fruit's all used within the campus as opposed to being donated out?
Yeah, so we harvest, we don't get a big enough harvest to donate it out, so we harvest everything. We just harvested our persimmons and gave them to the dining hall, and we have a wonderful Scripps tea on Wednesday afternoons. They'll make bread and serve it to the students. And then also we give it to staff. We harvest a lot and give to staff as well. Yeah.
I have a facilities question.
Sure.
How many people do you have here working on staff?
Within facilities itself, or
Yes.
so we have a very dedicated grounds, a maintenance, and a custodial team, and so annually there's 45 staff. So it's a very small crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do a lot with very
people
little.
maintain this campus.
Inside and out.
Yeah.
Inside and out. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we love it.
Last question.
Yay.
Where are the students?
It's fall break.
It's fall break. We have a 4-day weekend. Yes. So starting tomorrow, they'll be back in action. We'll see. But yeah, right now everybody are on road trips all over the weekend.
Well, keep it beautiful. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you
enjoy
very
your
much.
day.
Enjoy. Thanks for
Okay.
coming to Scripps.
Take care.
Okay, guys, follow me.
I'm not going to go over every piece for today, but I do want to introduce you. You guys are the lucky group. You're starting from the ending of the tour, and then you'll go backwards in time. So Breaking Ground, Women in California Play, was split into 3 chapters. So our first chapter would be your classic, we have a lot of Jewish heritage, women who actually escaped the Nazi regime and actually came to California to get into ceramics. And that's how we started our story in chapter 1. They pretty much broke into the educational institutions and started getting an education, started making a name for themselves in the studios. Because before, ceramic wasn't very accessible to us. Now we have stores, we can go anywhere, studios, and be like, I want to do clay. And we can do that. Before, it was in the institutions. So in the colleges and the schools, and it was primarily male dominated. We all know sometimes we know who Peter Volkis was, Paul Soldner. Those are the names that kind of made an impression in ceramic history. So this is our pretty much not a survey show at all, but it's just a couple names that we think actually stand out in ceramic history. And this is the 3rd generation. So you guys actually came about to the contemporary side. So the artists who are currently working now in ceramics. But when you guys go back on the first chapter, you're going to go through the classics like Vivica Hino, people who were just starting production potters. Versus, we also have a Judy Chicago on the other side because we have chapter 2. We have a Viola Frey. So Gallery A is funny. I love Gallery A because it's very historic. There's so much information that we can gather. But with Gallery, yeah, I know, right? There's a lot of construction going on here too. And we think for Gallery B, which is chapter 3, we're now talking about the newer generation, the generation that's currently either unlearning what they learned in the schools or trying to challenge kind of the traditional form. And some people were actually pretty accepting of the functional form and kind of uplifting that to fine art in some degree. We have Julia Half-Candel right behind us, who works on the infinity signs a lot, kind of talking about the way artists mark paint on their pieces and what that actually means. And as you can tell, the artist hand is definitely in those pieces versus Ana Valdez here, who you can't really see the artist's hand because they are much more decorative in their work, which is wonderful. Something really important I like to talk about is that Julia Half-Candel, a Los Angeles-based artist, actually started a school of her own called Infinite School, where she opens up her studio and allows students about a 5-week course to learn how to build big. So they actually like to give scholarships and provide 3 classes for students who don't maybe want to go to the university level of ceramics, but want to start learning on their own in their studios. She's a wonderful kind of rethinking education in a way, if anything else.
So she's the one who did these?
Yes, Julia Halfkindle. So if you guys, I've been to her school, Infinite School, and it's wonderful. Honestly, all walks of life go to that school because either you want to build a big sculpture just for yourself, or sometimes you just, I've been in class with someone who just wanted to build a lamp. And they did. They built a giant lamp. So there's also many other artists in the show that I
Oh, I could get, if I get something to eat, yeah. I gotta eat something before I go.
So do we go with you now, Marley?
I didn't eat anything. Oh, you didn't eat any of the food?
You guys now go. Oh yeah, follow. I don't know where you're going. Did you do that gallery?
No, that's next.
The contemporary pieces are challenging. Yeah, that was challenging. Amazing.
It's nice to see like your other colleagues and be like, oh my gosh, and I was like, I remember that piece. But let me see, I believe I was supposed to be taking another group on a tour, and then you're going downstairs. Yeah. Yes. I think you're ready, yeah, everyone's going downstairs now.
Well, then, the best. Yes, it. That work is kind of serious. Okay, Mayor in charge now, and what I want to do is first, I'm going to do what I want to do is come up with my piece. Because this is.
So she was 105 when she died, but she made this piece when she was in her 90s. Yeah, and go check around the back because
There you see the customers.
and also you'll notice that the customers have no faces. They are faceless customers. Aren't you glad I didn't stop at this one?
Indeed, I did. Right outside the door, there is a very tall sculpture done by Stephen Stabler, who describes living in, I believe, Rome. He's been invited to explore a 2,000 year old sarcophagus. And you can feel the fingerprints of the artist who made it. That